great wicket. They only hope for a little bit better from that bowling attack today. Morning, Nash. Yes, New Zealand flopped their lines yesterday, but they get another opportunity this morning. This first session, this first hour will be crucial for New Zealand. There will be movement for them. Pretty helpful bowling conditions. They had to pick up early wickets. Kane Williamson disappointed with how things panned out yesterday, but there is an opportunity.
Yesterday.
Be in a position of strength, but they will certainly
Strength.
have to bowl a bit better than what they did yesterday.
Yesterday.
Just a chat between the two captains. Interesting what that chat's about.
Good evening, girls and boys. Good afternoon. Virat and Kane are having a chat amongst themselves. I'm guessing Kane is asking Virat, how much do you plan on scoring, mate? Is it a 75-ish or a 120-ish? Virat is like, I'll do what I want. Kane is like, all right, mate. Just you're a very kind bloke. I'll do what I want. Determination, success, ambition, relentlessness. I'll do what I want. Virat Kohli is number 4 in the ICC Test rankings. Rahane is number 17. I mean, like, first of all, the ICC rankings are an absolute comedy festival because no one knows how they are formulated and what goes on. Trent Bolt is number 12. Are you kidding me? It's definitely a top 5 bowler. I think fans have also kind of resigned to the fact that these rankings are pretty much redundant. I think we have entered. First of all, you judge a player on the impact that he or she creates on a game, not by their numbers. Numbers are just evidence in a way, but that's not the first thing you look at. You look at impact. Ben Stokes averages 35 with the bat and like 32 with the ball. Not great numbers per se, but what is his impact on the field? Yeah, we are just waiting for the first ball. And there was a little bit of controversy attached to yesterday's play when it came to the umpiring. And I've got a little more clarity on it, which I'll come to at the end of this over. Trent Bolt to Virat Kohli. Ooh, slight away movement. Virat Kohli plays it from the crease and just accounts for the swing and hangs his bat pretty much. Soft hands again, which has been the feature of his innings so far. Actually, all the Indian batters have played with a loose bottom hand and a very strong top hand. So yeah, there was a little bit of confusion around the entire episode where it wasn't apparently given out on field. Virat Kohli had flicked one, second ball of the over. Bolt to Kohli. Ooh, pitched up around the channel. Good stride forward, and Virat Kohli defends that one confidently. And that'll be the end of the 13th over. So there was Virat Kohli had flicked one to Watling, and Trent Bolt was up in arms. Like, he was convinced that there was a nick on that. And the camera, the broadcast didn't show what the umpire was up to. So it looked on from prima facie, it looked like the umpire had given it not out. But then again, suddenly we hear the third umpire's voice. Like, what happened? Like, if it's not out, how did it go upstairs for any sort of review? And then turns out it was a debate about whether the catch was taken cleanly by BJ Watling behind the stumps. And, you know, my uncle in Salem district in Tamil Nadu also, not looking at the game, could see that it was taken cleanly by BJ Watling. So that's how clean the catch was. So it kind of was, it was pretty logic-defying stuff there. Turns out the umpire had given a soft signal out. So he believed Virat Kohli had nick. And when you go upstairs, according to the new protocols, they go through the entire sequence of events: no ball, ultra edge, and the catch. Kyle Jamieson from the other end to Rahane, 3 slips in place. Bowls it at the stumps on a goodish length, decent bounce, and Rahane just works it to the onside for no run. Kyle Jamieson's economy rate has been pretty ridiculously impressive. I think it's at like 1 point something, yeah, which is expected, to be honest, because he's just a tough customer, man. Like it comes from Mars, and you just have to negotiate. You just constantly have to negotiate. Wide-ish delivery and left alone. There is no concept of dominating this bloke. It's all about negotiation. So if you're thinking, if it's all about negotiation, a dude like Ambani or Adani can face Kyle Jamieson? Probably not, because that's business and this is cricket, a sport played by men and women, boys and girls, and everything in between. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I mean, who am I to say? Third ball coming up. Kyle Jamieson, 3 slips in place to Rahane. Again, wideish delivery and left alone. So Wasim Jaffer, you know Wasim Jaffer, the dude with the elegant beard. So he reckons that Rahane and Kohli should adopt a Ghajini mindset. Now, if you were thrown off by that word and found yourself absolutely warped when I said Ghajini, so Ghajini is a popular Indian language film, multi-Indian language film. Okay, I'll come to that. 4th ball of the over, coming to Kyle Jamieson to, kind of nipped back in slightly and rose on Rahane, dropped the bottom hand and sort of just half glanced it to fine leg. 1 run to Rahane, moves on to 30. And yeah, so he suggested that these two boys better adopt the Ghajini mentality. So Ghajini is a multi-language Indian film wherein the lead character suffers from short-term memory loss. When I say short-term memory loss, I mean like really short-term. It's not like your grandma. This is like legit, like give me some pills, doctor, short-term memory loss. I think every 7 seconds he forgets what's happening. So I think what he means to say is that forget each delivery and play each delivery like it's the first delivery you're playing, which I alluded to yesterday. But I'm pretty sure the half of y'all weren't listening. Jamieson, sorry if I went all professor on Jamieson, again wide and left alone breezily by Kohli. Kohli's leaving has been extra special this innings. It's like he's almost tracing the ball with his eye. Like he's seeing the ball in slow motion, which is allowing him to like leave with precision. There were some balls which were not too far away from off stump, but he was tracing it. He could literally draw a line with his eyeballs and trace the exact nature of the delivery, which allowed him to leave it so expertly. 6th ball coming up, Jamieson to Kohli. Ooh, nip back in and really pushed back Kohli over there, whose weight was on the front foot, but then had to shift it quickly. Dropped it down in front of his stumps, in front of his feet. At the balls of his feet, as some people would like to say, some douchebags. So yeah, I think that's a smart thing, you know. Ghajini mentality is absolutely valid. Just forget about the previous delivery, even whether it was a beaten, whether it hit your box, whether it hit your grill like Gill yesterday, or whether you dispatched it with a classy flick through mid-wicket. Forget about it. It's a new ball. Anything can happen, because literally in England, anything can happen anytime, because the clouds are not like normal clouds. You know, they're like Salman Khan on a good night. Misbehavior, expertly misbehaving themselves. Brent bowled shortish delivery on the armpit region and expertly tucked behind the wicket by Rahane. Will collect 2 quick runs. So far, they haven't adopted Dale Stein's recommendation to have a short leg. Dale Stein had come out with a banging statement, said, just keep a short leg for Virat and make him feel like every delivery is going to be a short ball, and that should do the trick. No, Dale. Not only did they not do it, I don't think that's going to be the trick. Because Virat is seeing the ball. I'm not going to be an idiot and say seeing the ball like a football. Seeing the ball like a ball. Like how you're supposed to see a ball. 2 runs off that first ball. Bolt will be charging in from over the wicket to Rahane. Right. These English and New Zealand and Australian commentators, high time they start pronouncing Rahane as Rahane and not Rahani. Open stance there by Rahane. 2 slips in place. Short of a length, back of a length, just plays it from the crease on the back foot. Guides it to 3rd slip. The wickets seem to have quickened up significantly in the afternoon session. I think it's a feature of an England wicket where in the morning it's a little damp, so it's not that conducive to stroke play because it's just not true, the pace and the bounce. And then as time progresses, it quickens up, which aids stroke play, especially square of the wicket. 3rd ball coming up, nicely left, angled across, but the angle was too acute to trouble Rahane. It was outside his eye line, which enabled a fairly easy leave. So far, there's not been shape on offer, like genuine shape. Yeah, there has been some seam off the wicket, but yesterday it was, Bananas would be proud of the swing that was on offer. It made Bananas a little bit insecure with the shape. No, I mean, when I say Bananas being insecure, I don't mean that. Well played. Gets a good stride into that channel delivery by Bolt, which is angled across. Covers the angle and plays a confident front foot defense. On the move. Yep. Kind of very well balanced, almost overbalanced that by Rahane, which is why you see the movement of his feet after he made contact with the ball. But everything is so close to the body. So close. Yeah. You got to, as I said yesterday, you got to... Oh, angled across. Rahane feeling for it, but that just whizzes past the outside edge. Again, very good length by Bolt. That length where you're not too sure about whether to come forward or whether to play on the back foot. Rahane has an interesting trigger movement, very much like he's got an open stance already. So it's already an across. There's already an across nature to his trigger movement. So he just goes back like Shubman Gill. There's no back and across because he's already got an open stance. An open stance enables him to play the one that's coming back in because you have enough space to bring your bat down on a straight plane. Sangakkara made a very end of the over that. Sangakkara made a very interesting point yesterday about, this whole thing about, when you go to England, you got to play straight. You got to play straight. That's the way you got to play straight. And he kind of debunked it in a very docile but very, effective Sri Lankan, with some Sri Lankan flair. Not very oftentimes can you associate the word flair with a Sri Lankan. I'm just kidding. Actually, they're a pretty flary bunch. So he reckoned that this whole thing about playing straight is actually apocryphal. Jameson to Virat, 3 slips in place. Ooh, that was just about good length. Angled in and slightly straightened. Virat plays it with a straight but squarish blade to account for the seam. Virat is showed yesterday that it's not about playing straight, which, coming to Sanga's topic, it's not about playing straight, it's about playing with the swing. And I kept touching upon it yesterday during commentary about, he's just following the flow of the delivery and reacting to it. Like he's just instinctively reacting to it. Ooh, well left there. Some kick off the wicket, short of a length, and just kept rising. As Shoaib Akhtar says, ये जो delivery है ना वो rise late करेगा, rise late करेगा. Yeah, makes sense. No, So again, you can. There have been many occasions where Virat has. You can see the thought process. Do I play at it? No. Like immediately there's a voice that comes in, because the way he shapes up, he likes to score off every delivery. So the way he shapes up is to score and then he leaves. Third ball coming up. Oh, front foot on the front foot there, and defended with a nice check blade. High on the bat. Yeah, I think this first half an hour, I think you just need to think the entire New Zealand team are a bunch of village elders and respect them. Think of them as village elders. No one disrespects village elders. People who disrespect village elders are called criminals. They're in jail today. Jameson. Oh, that looks very close. Is that out? That's out. That's given out. Wrapped on the front pad. Fell across, and Jameson finds the front pad. It looked like it was impact outside off. I think they should take the review. Wow, what a build-up to this entire innings. We all thought this was going to be it. Okay, he takes the review at the nick of the time. Damn. Falls. He gets that front foot across. The toes are pointing towards cover. And Jameson just manages to find that little bit of inward nip. And it finds the thuds into the front pad. Kohli was, his front foot was pointing towards cover and he was trying to flick it towards mid-on. He was off balance there. Wow. The same ball he would have played towards mid-off yesterday. I don't know why he was trying to play across the line over there. Yeah, there's a nip back. Significant nip back. I would say a good 3-4 inches for sure. He just played the original line of the ball, but there was that is so plum. That is so plum. That's juicy. You can eat that. You can eat that. That's fruit. That's fruit. That's a gonzo. That's a farmer's delight. That's a plum of a farmer's delight. Yep, that's out. Review has been lost, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there was some really good. Happy 420. Happy 420. Suraj Nayak. Absolutely. Hello, Kabir Kudus. Hello, Rauf Shamsuddin. Very, very good to have you boys on the stream. Man, against the run of play, who all went to bed last night thinking about Kohli's ton? After 2 years, it was 2 years in the making, this moment. Oh, so apparently Virat Kohli didn't adopt the Gajini lifestyle as Wasim Jafar suggested. Yep, quality analysis there by Sangha. Quality analysis. I'd like to get some predictions out of the way now. This has changed things, lads. I was thinking about 275 being a really good score. After this, I would really consider even 225 to be a solid first inning score. But you know what? The neutral in me is happy that Virat Kohli has gotten out now. The neutral in me, because now it just makes it that much more exciting. So, damn, man. Sunny Gavaskar was literally, ejaculating on Virat Kohli's leaving and his precision with his shuffling and his point and his toes pointing down the wicket rather than towards cover. And Virat Kohli did exactly the opposite of all those things that he was ejaculating to. So I hope Sunny has put on a comfortable sweater after that, because that wicket would have made him feel a little colder than usual. Damn, this is okay. Now what happens? Now we have Rishabh Pant coming in, and I could see Rishabh Pant practicing. And let me tell you one thing. I don't know how to put this in any other way. He wasn't defending the ball. There was no under the eye defense whatsoever. He was just languidly stroking it. When I say languidly stroking it, I mean the ball towards on the onside. So, wowzer. All right. Jameson to Pant. 3 slips and a gully in place. He goes around the wicket. Oh, he wraps the pad on the first delivery itself, but that's going down leg. Oh, man, this changes things. Will Rahane... The problem is Rahane always flourishes either... See, when he's batting with Virat, he feeds off Virat's energy. So, and especially Virat has spent some time with him, he usually tends to get disappointed and dejected. Like he becomes a morose Marathi after Virat leaving. So I hope that doesn't, get to him, and he sees the larger picture here. Does Rahane, Jameson to Rishabh, 3 slips in place. Oof, again wrapped on the thigh guard. No length for Rishabh Pant to play that flick. It was almost short of a length, but he was on the front foot. Damn, Jameson. Oh, Jesus Christ. A casual leggy host, Jabba the Hutt, during the 11 episode where we were drawing up the 11s, had confidently left Kyle Jameson, like with supreme confidence. And yeah, I don't think he's watching right now, because this would sting. So what happens now, guys? This is going to be an interesting passage of play, isn't it? I'm thinking. Okay, we're 149 for 4, right? So I'm feeling a 235, dude. I'm feeling a 235. I'm thinking Rahane 56. Apart from that, I don't know much, but I'm thinking a 235, 240. India will fold out for 240. If they get anything more than that, it's a fucking huge win. Huge win. But 235, 240 is my predict. The win predictor by Booking.com says India 22% and New Zealand. As we know, Booking.com is an expert in cricket. Whoa, that hit the pad. That swung in late, and again, these boys are falling across the stumps. These guys are falling. They're finding the one that's coming back in suddenly really unplayable. And there we go. The shape is back. The shape's back, mate. Ed Sheeran is singing this somewhere in a basement. Because that's the kind of dude he is. Too high that, but late swing, late movement into Rahane's box. This changes things, lads. This changes things a lot. Oh, feels for that one outside off stump. Oh boy. This is like an Alibag fish. Just like getting suckered into that net. Should be leaving that one, Rahane. Should be leaving. That's what I said, right? He gets a little bit morose when Virat Kohli leaves him. And that starts playing tricks with his brain. And yesterday he was leaving those deliveries, and suddenly he wants to have foreplay with it. Just leave it. You're still in a very good position. Let's do the Wasim Jafar Gajni thing. Dug in shot, and Rahane ducks underneath it in a flash. 149 for 4. So there we have it. My official prediction is 240 all out, which I think is a competitive score on considering the circumstances and the conditions. Because look, I don't see Pant doing much here. I think it's going to be an attractive 21. I see Rahane making a 54 and not much else after. So it's a 240 for me. I hope I'm proven wrong. 2 slips in a gully. On the up, but no timing over there. Short cover will clean up fairly easily. Short cover was the captain in the second test, Tom Latham, using the edge of his long sleeve shirt to shine the ball. Yeah, suddenly there's a little bit of fidgetiness to his presence in the crease. That front foot is a little shaky, and there's suddenly an eagerness that's crept in. I think he's thinking, oh shit, now it's time to press the issue and make some quick runs. I don't think that's the wisest idea. I think it's still just an entire day of cricket left. So start from scratch, even if that's more like it. Leaves that one angled across, and I think they'll have a chat now between Rahane and Pant. I think Pant should just do his thing right now, because it's otherwise going to become unidimensional, and that'll just drag down the. But one thing about Pant in the renaissance of Pant has been in Test cricket. The bugger takes his time. First 25 balls, he just takes his time. As I said, he respects the condition like like you're supposed to with village elders. and that's actually, reaped insane rewards in the last year. Jameson around the wicket to punt, 3 slips in place and a gully. Ooh, that's wide of the crease and angled into him, looking for it to get straightened. Pant is confident in the front foot. Not really confident, but he gets that stride out very quickly and defends it back to Jameson. Pant is saying something. Let's tune in.
Give myself enough time, enough space, so I can handle that pressure and just go on with the game.
Yeah, I think he was touching upon what I was saying about him giving himself some time. But the problem on these wickets, it seems it just doesn't swing. Oof, plays it away from the body, but yet close to the body, because he just played it underneath his eyes, but it was kind of away. It was more of a handsy shot, handsy defense. Virat Kohli is wearing his sports gear. Doesn't look too flustered. I think that was a wicket-taking delivery because it was pitched up on that good length area, so you couldn't entirely decide how far you're supposed to get your front foot out. But the thing is, he got his front foot. His toes were pointing towards cover, which made him fall across and play around it rather than with it. Yesterday he was playing with the seam, with the swing, and he went anti because it's a new day. That's the thing about Test cricket. Like how much ever you oil and engineer yourself in the previous day, it's just again a fresh page. Like it's like after your exams, right? When you study for your, I mean, all of us are guilty of the same thing. We study just to pass the exam, so we have everything in our memory right up till the point of examination, and once it's over, it's over. You can't remember anything. So that's like a fresh day of Test cricket, angled in and driven powerfully. But Kane Williamson makes a diving stop at cover, pitched up, and Pant has a solid go at it. This is exciting. This is exciting stuff. So Wasim Jaffer will be disappointed that Virat didn't adopt the Gajini mindset. Also, another interesting thing happened yesterday. I think at the start of the stream, need a couple of attractive 30s by Pant and Jaddu. Absolutely, Pranav Lakshman. I'm okay with an attractive 20 as well, but that's just me. I'm more of a 20. I like attractiveness in the 20s more than 30s. But actually, that's a lie because attractiveness in the 40s is my jam. No, there's no double meaning attached to it. Are you crazy? So someone had someone had the cheek. Someone had the cheek, and I'm not referring to cheeky chica, Tamil Nadu's pride and joy. Someone had the cheek. I'll get back to this. Jameson to Pant. 3 slips in place. Oh my God, is that out? Again, shape back in full delivery, and that looked like it was missing leg. Late swing into the ankle. Rishabh Pant traditionally takes they've gone up for the review. I think it's missing leg. Rishabh Pant has a leg stump guard, and I couldn't see leg stump after he finished the stroke. So that tells me that it was down the leg. Maximum umpire's call. I don't see this being out. I think New Zealand may have burned a review here. I'm fairly confident about this. So guys, don't stress. I think this is not out. Most likely. As you see, he's taken a leg middle guard. Yeah, that's going down leg. Yeah, that's going down leg. Not to worry. Not to worry. I'm sure you guys might be ahead of me because this is a lagged stream. No inside edge. Let's move on. Let's get with it. Don't say the ultra edge again, please. Again. Why do these guys... It's almost like they don't trust the ultra edge. Pitching in line with umpire's call. All right. That's umpire's call. Yeah. So they haven't burned the review. Dude, that was much closer than I thought. Almost half the ball was hitting leg stump. So decision will stay as not out. And yeah, Pant survives. Actually, he doesn't survive. You know what? Because it was given not out. If it was given out and then it came back as a not out, then that would have accounted for a survival. But yeah, that leg and middle guard working for Rishabh Pant. Good thing he didn't fall across too much with that front leg. Otherwise, he would have been a gonzo. So someone had the cheek to tell Shane Warne. Okay, just to give some context, I had alluded to. Okay, wait, 1 second. Bolt to Rahane, banged in, tucks him up at the hip region, and that'll be one leg by down to fine leg. Or was that there was some bat on it? Not too sure. There you go. That was late swing. Pant trying to whip it with the swing, but I think he was beaten for pace as well, not only for swing. God damn, this lad can bowl. This lad looks like he can even, work his way around a farm. Looks like he can be in an Avengers movie. Looks like he can bowl quality seaming and swinging deliveries in England. This man is like, what do you do with a guy like this? Carl Jamieson. But apparently, someone's taller than Kyle Jamieson. Who's the current day cricketer who's taller than Kyle? As we see, Carl Jamieson, Trent Bolt to Rishabh Pant, 3 slips in place on a gully. Ooh, late swing there from middle to off. Pant diligently plays it from the crease, but under his eyes. Yeah, the first one was a leg by. So I think. I also ranted about this, saying that I think New Zealand have made a mistake by not playing Ajaz Patel, because that spin option in the third innings would have come in really handy. And also, Southampton has traditionally dried up on days 3 and 4 and 5, which is why Moeen Ali has been so successful on this ground. 3 slips in place, and that's beaten. Withdraws from the shot in the last moment. He tries to feel for it, but then just kind of pulls his back into his body. But that was for all for commentary purposes, that was beaten. But he does well to withdraw the bat in the last second. That length again, it's that length, not making batsmen feel comfortable on the back foot. As you see, this is also classic of Indian batsmen this innings, wherein they're batting well outside the crease. Pant is no stranger to it. 3 slips in place, good shape again. Pant playing the first line, acting. That was not beaten. He just offered a shot, but he was playing it so close to his pad, and that was way outside the outside edge. But some really late shape. There is late shape on offer. Late shape and early shape are like 2 different ball games. No pun intended, but they're 2 different ball games. Early swing is when it swings from the hand, which is basically even better than a straight ball, because you get excited that oh shit, you know how it's swinging, and you can manufacture a shot. Oh my god, plays it onto his thigh pad. Again, there was late shape outside, outward from middle stump to off stump, but Pant tries to work it towards the onside, almost uppishly. There was no length to play that kind of shot at all. It had to be a yard fuller to play that shot. But tries to play a T20-ish pickup flick and gets beaten. Gets hit on the inside edge of the blade, and it moves into his kneecap. I don't think that actually was seemingly swinging away, and it pitched and then it straightened. Wow, things are happening. Oof, again, short of a length, swings away, and Pant plays it late, just drops it to short point. And New Zealand have taken first honors here on day 3, effectively day 2. So some dude I was also ranting about Ajaz Patel not being picked, and I think Shane Warne, the inspiration for this channel by all accounts, had also ranted on Twitter. I didn't know about this, but he had ranted on Twitter saying that, oh shit, New Zealand have made a grave error by not picking a spinner. And there was a champion. There are always champions, but this guy was a special champion who said, where's your head at, Shane? It's not going to spin. You know how spin works, Shane? For spin to happen, the wicket needs to be dry, Shane. So get your head off the ass. It's not going to spin, Shane. Wide delivery by Jamieson. and comfortably left by. So, yeah, and Virender Sehwag had taken a screenshot and said, frame this, Shane Warne. Don't think he's going to be framing that opinion, that expert analysis by whoever the champion was. But I'm going to call him a champion because it takes some kind of champion mentality to say that with confidence to the greatest of them all. But yeah, I also touched upon how Shane Warne always has maintained since like time immemorial that if it seems, it spins. Wow. Whoa. Squirts that drive to gully, does Rahane. Plays it with the swing, but it swung a little too much, which caught the outer half the blade. And Marco Jansen. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, Kabir Kudus. Marco Jansen, I think, is taller. I'm not too sure, though. Not entirely sure about Marco Jansen. But I know he's a tall dude. Yeah, I think so. Let's go with Marco Jansen because it seemed right to me at first. Jamieson to Rahane. Oof. Steep bounce there in the 8th stump region, and Rahane just rides the bounce to gully. Jamieson is in the midst of a really good spell here. The thing about Jamieson is that he makes the batsman feel comfortable. And how does he do that? He bowls these really wide, innocuous deliveries which are just bouncing comfortably over the shoulder. The easiest leaves, and suddenly he'll get one to jag back in the channel. And you're just caught off guard because he lulls you into these leaves. And then he just brings one sniper back into your pads and into your rib region. That's why you always have to, after every Jamieson delivery, you have to tell your brain, oh shit, be aware of the one that comes back inside the channel. One thing the New Zealand bowlers have done exceptionally well this morning is that length. No one has been able to comfortably play anything off the back foot or comfortably get forward and play. So they've done their homework and really focused on an area of the pitch, which is basically short of length and good length. Again, Rahane again leaves it, but it takes the bat on its way. One bounce to first slip. He's known to play that shot. He doesn't, thing with Rahane, he doesn't leave. It's always like a periscope, right? His leaves. He attempts to play a shot, and then halfway through he tries to leave, and that's when it takes the ball takes the bat on its way up. And the thing is his bat tends to hang outside off stump, so he just needs to tighten up, get it more vertical. I mean, not now because it's too late to change fundamentals. Well played there by Rahane. That's exactly what I was talking about. He bowls these innocuous, seemingly harmless, short of length outswingers that you can leave comfortably, and then he brings that back in, and Rahane accounted for that. He looked like he was ready for it and plays it really late in front of his front pad. So solid there by Rahane. But yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind now. I think even Rishabh Pant, I hope he doesn't get into this mindset wherein he thinks, oh shit, it's doing too much, so let me go for it. Because this is not Australia. Australia has true bounce. Australia has true pace. This does not have true pace. Because it does something off the wicket. The thing with Australia, it'll swing, but it doesn't seam as much. In England, it seams. It not only swings, it seams. So you have two lines. You have one in the air and one off the pitch. The other argument is that it's always going to do this for the rest of the day. It's going to be overcast. The Duke's ball never goes out of shape. It's always going to shine. There's always going to be swing. So might as well, take a few chances, and then steal a few runs. So I don't know. I'm a little divided on Pant's approach here, but as I've said before, his approach in the last 2 years has been very, very focused. The first 25 balls tends to leave a lot more than he used to. Plays closer to his body, plays underneath his eyes, and then starts chancing that arm a bit more. But the thing is, if it's up there in the slot, he doesn't back out. The thing is that it's seaming. Seam is much harder to play than swing. viewers. It's just because you have lesser time to react. Wagner into the attack, and that's just angled into the pads. Played to mid wicket, no run. Wagner has been a revelation because I didn't know, because I've always seen him bowl in either New Zealand, India, or West Indies, and he primarily plays the enforcer role there. Always, tucks batsman up. Every ball is virtually an armpit delivery. And suddenly in his England tour, he's shown that he can swing it like Bolty, literally. And who'd have thunk, It's nice shape there outside the off stump. Pant leaves keenly and eagerly, gets onto the front foot, traces the ball with his eyes and leaves it. As Bishi entertains Sunny and Sangha. Sunny was a little effervescent earlier in the day, before in the pre-match discussions. I don't know whether it was because of Sanjana Ganeshan, because he tends to get a little bit more radiant when someone pretty is talking to him. Well left again. Serious shape again by Wagner. And well left there by Pant. It's just not going to stop swinging. And there was a show in Star Sports, totally not a cringe show, called Swinging Shami. So if there was ever a time for Swinging Shami to swing like Shami and be Swinging Shami and swing the ball like Shami, these are the conditions. I think he's India's he's India's trump card in these conditions. Again, serious shape away, but too short to have Pant committed on the front foot or pushed back on the back foot. Pant leaves that. Pant is none of 18. 18. None of 18. So what I was saying a little bit earlier about Pant taking his time in the first 25 balls, this is in the last year. This is a translation of that. So Rishabh Pant, any guesses on when he's going to get off mark? We did this yesterday and Pranav Lakshmanan had won with Pujara. That was late swing on the stumps. Pant tried to work it initially towards the onside, but then just adjusted and worked it to mid-off awkwardly. But yeah, that's at least he's playing the second line. He's accounting for the swing, which is a good sign. We played this game wherein who could get closest to deciding which ball Pujara would get off mark. And I think Pranav Lakshmanan was the winner yesterday. So, and his gift was asking me anything and I would reply as Ravi Shastri, but he was missing from the second session stream. So we couldn't give that to him. I don't know the policy about the gift certificate. I'll go for, Jansen is 6'7" and Jameson is 6'8". I'll go for 26 balls. All right. Okay, cool. So we have one prediction in. Tight leave there outside off stump by Rahane. Yeah. Rahane is strapping his gloves vigorously. So that shows that he's up for the game, up for the battle. Maidan mein jang shuru ho chaka hai. And I think that was called a no ball. Yes. Big Kyle over the line. Yeah, that was formulated right now. Big Kyle over the line. Sounds like a good Netflix series if you think about it. 3 slips in place. Dug in. Tucks him up around the leg stump. But Rahane drops it and glances it to fine leg. Picks up one. And now a very juicy contest between Jameson and Pant, where Jameson is going to come around the wicket, bang it in and look for it to straighten and find Rishabh Pant's edge. As we see Ravichandran Ashwin inspecting the pitch like a commissioner of South Chennai. And Ravichandran Ashwin played a season of county cricket in 2018, I want to say, or 19. Yeah, I think 19. And he's played at this ground a couple of times. And I don't know his stats over here, but yeah. Jameson to, uppishly flicked away. And that finds the gap between mid-wicket and square leg, and that'll be 4. Wow, what timing on that! That he was in no position to play that shot. But it was all hands there by Rishabh Pant, and wrist. That was some significant wrist work. Man, that was so unconventional. It's not even funny. This lad, Kavir Kudus, your prediction is basically down the drain because he's off the mark with a ridiculously wristy stroke. Oof, that was all bottom hand. Reaches out for it, plays well in front of his body, but somehow finds some timing. Yeah, Jameson is like, what the fuck happened? Yeah, it is one of those shots. Damn. And that was actually moving across him. It was moving across him. It was not even coming towards him. So playing towards the onside made it that much harder. Wow. What a starter's innings. I mean, typical. I mean, it's not surprising, but still entertaining. Didn't see that coming at all. Jameson to punt. And lets that one go. Angled across. Happy to leave that one go. Already 5 from the over. 6 from the over, including the no ball. So really good over here by India. Still reckon, wow. I think he was beaten almost. He reached out for it. Like I think there was some premeditation involved. I think he wanted to score off that delivery. So that's why his hands were already so away from his body. And just worked it with those strong Uttarakhandi wrists. Oh, and that's gone. That's gone. He's edged it. He's flirted with the one that's full and outside off. No footwork, all hands. And as I said, I don't see Pant doing much, and that's what happened. Damn, son. 156 for 5, and 235 is looking... Even 235 is looking a little bit tricky here. And Shane Bond was talking about it. What a... Really, man. Where was the feet? Just hands. And a nice, comfortable catch by Lom Nathan, but that came at searing pace to him. So reaction time was really less. And that thudded into his upper cup. Damn. India suddenly looking like they have lost the edge. They came in today with a very pointy edge, and now that's been blunted so quickly in a span of 10 overs. So I think I have some hope from Jadeja, because Jadeja is a very, very sincere batsman when it's moving around. And he will take his chances, and they tend to come off as well. So, and I think he's the purest number 7 bat in the world today. Contrary to public opinion, his batting has gone into another plane in the last 4 years, averaging 40 plus every year, and 2019 averaged 62. So he is a pure bat in my head. Even growing up, he was a pure bat. Bugger has 3 triple tons in Ranji Trophy cricket, or 2 triple tons in Ranji Trophy cricket. So huge hopes from Sir, which is, it's going to take a thick contribution even to get to 235, which was my prediction. So, wowzer. How is his IC test ranking 40? What the hell, man? These rankings are a farce. An absolute farce. Just like Vijay Mallya's deportation. An absolute farce. Vijay Mallya might be actually lurking around this ground in England. 3 slips in place. First ball, and plays that off the back foot. Steers it to gully. You can count on Jadeja. You can absolutely count on Jadeja. Expect a middling 20 that swung late, and his hands just followed it. Pant ideally should have been leaving that ball. That was not the ball you should be chasing. It was significantly outside off stump, and all hands, no feet whatsoever. Sunny Gavaskar's blood pressure would have gone up a few of this thing. All hands. He's played it with all hands. As you can see, no feet. He's not moving towards the ball, playing away from his body. Jameson to Ravindra. Nice leave there. On a length angled across. So I'm expecting a Jadeja 25 minimum and a 55 from this thing, and a couple of minor contributions like an 8 from Shami, which will take us to 240. Sorry, this is a neutral stream, which will take India to 240. Jaddu special inning incoming. Oh shit! Akhil Sundar reckons there's a special innings incoming. When you say special, how special do you reckon? Can you quantify the specialness to it? Because anyone can say special incoming, but what value are you attaching to the special is the question. As Salman Butt says, Shane Warne did not suggest which spinner New Zealand should have picked. Come on, Salman Butt. Don't be the butt of this joke. And also, you really played with Amir and Asif, man. Buddy. I mean, look, I genuinely don't give a shit because I thought you were a quality bat and I think you've learned your lesson and shit. But what do you mean? Shane Warne did not suggest the spinner New Zealand should have been picked. Bro, look up the team. There's one spinner. It starts with an A and ends with a L. Ajaz Patel. Jesus Christ, man, Salman Butt. I think the Lahori weather is a little bit dicey. It's getting to him. Anywho, I got to refresh my stream because it's lagging. And let's go.
91%.
Good to hear, Bishi.
Slip catches have been held.
Slip catching success, 91% at the top of the chart. New Zealand, Wellington, Auckland. This is. I hope we have got some quantification by Mr. Akhil Sundar. Yeah, Pant gone, Kabir Kudus. Pant gonzo. Gonlozo. All right. Again, I have to make a request to you guys to share the link with as many people as you know. Let's get the numbers up for the stream. Share it on your Instagram story or whatever. On Facebook. You know. On what is that lethal app that's come up by one Indian or an app's a ripoff of Twitter? Something, some Chipkali or something like that. No. I'm sure it's not Chipkali, but it's got that Chipkali vibe. God, enough of replaying this punt dismissal. It was dull. That shot was dull. Oh, what a flick there by Ravindra Jadeja. Swung in late, played with the swing. Pure timing on that, but straight to mid wicket. Yeah, Rahane is 34 of 106. Doesn't matter. He's there. He's played a very diligent knock, and I'm expecting a 55 from Rahane. I'm willing to put money on it as well. If any one of you, can arrange that, I'm willing to put some money on it. 3 wicket, 3 slips in place, and that's edged but softly dealt with, and that just goes between second and third slip. Ravindra Jadeja, if he played it any harder, that would have carried the third slip. At the last minute, he just had that restraint with his top hand, didn't really go through with it, and picks up 4 friendly runs, welcome runs to get off mark. Kyle Jamieson, never comfortable. He makes you leave outside off stump, and brings that booming one back. Even with Ravindra Jadeja, even with Rishabh Pant, he was getting it back in, and then suddenly he just gave the dolly outside off stump and said, "Here, mate. Care for some net. Care for some fishing rod." And Rishabh was like, "Let's go. Let's be a fish here. Let's be an aquatic based animal. Let's be a sweetwater fish." I don't know. Kabir Kudus had a lot of things to say. What happened to Pant? Basically, he chased a wide one with no feet and edged it to second slip, and it flew to Tom Latham. Absolutely flew, and he caught it in front of his face. So yeah, no feet, all hands. And Latham plucks a beauty in front of his face. Guys, keep putting your predictions on the chat. because I have locked in my prediction at 240 all out with Rahane 55. So you guys can go at it on the chat, and we'll see. You know, it's just a matter of time now. Jameson to Rahane. Ooh, digs that one in and played discerningly off the back foot by Rahane, cautiously. This is what Jameson does. He'll bowl the first ball, bang it in, and then I'm sure he's going to bowl the next 3 balls outside off stump, swinging away at a shortish length. He almost wants the batsman to not play a shot. He wants the batsman to leave. Then lulls them into thinking, oh, this is what's happening, and then whoop, whoosh, whoop, whoop. This is not how the ball sounds, but I'm just exaggerating. Whoop, zhoop. Oof. What a shot there by Rahane. Outside off stump in the channel and just bends his back knee and strokes it with a straight bat to cover. He'll pick up 3. There was a nice little punchy element to that shot. Not the absolute meat of the blade, but enough to pick 3 runs. Always loved Rahane driving is so easy on the eye. It's very Babar Azam-esque, his cover driving. Not too much front foot. It's not front foot forward. It's more balanced from the crease forward. But that blade is so beautifully checked. It's always checked, and it's so there are 2 kinds of check drives, right? The one which is so like Virender Sehwag used to have a really hard punch, like a pure check. Rahane has something in between where it's a drive, but it flows like a drive, but then it just checks. It's a special shot. That and his square drive from the crease. Mamma mia. Jameson to Jadeja, 3 slips in place. Leaves that one really nicely. Respects the away-going delivery there. On a length. And we see Virat Kohli's dismissal again. Yeah, I think they're showing how he was set up by Jameson. Yeah. Set up. Perfectly set up. Same spot almost. It was on the same spot. The first ball went away, and the same spot he brought that back in. Can't do much, you know. It's just can't do much. No complaints. No complaints. The sun is there's a little bit of sun. Oh, driven slightly uppishly. Takes mostly the thick outside edge, but squirts away past point. Will pick up 2. Gave him the length there to Jameson. Almost similar to how he gave the length to Rishabh Pant to drive, but Rishabh Pant was all hands. All hands. He was a bit grabby. He was like a creepy uncle at a nightclub. He was a bit grabby. Yeah, what a foolish shot selection. Yep. Absolutely. Very, very foolish. Like Pinocchio. It was a Pinocchio-like shot selection. Jameson 3 for 26 in 20 overs. My God. Whew. That's a figure. Those are figures. There are Scandinavian models, and then there's Kyle Jamison's bowling. Figures, man. Those are figures. Really impressed with Jadeja's application so far. He's really keen on leaving the deliveries. Rishabh Pant, I think, got a bit too eager, bit too quick. Although he was none from 20. I think he just put too much pressure on himself there to score. He's like, I'm Pant, I'm supposed to score. Let me do something here. Let me score. And that's what it brought us down for. 3 slips in place and a gully. Jameson, dug in, really good bumper and really well played. Swayed away from the line in the last second. That was very Dravid, you know. Dravid used to have those sways. I love the way Dravid used to deal with bouncers. Never really ducked. He was not too much of a ducker. He was more of a swayer. And there's something so elegant about swaying. It almost exudes, you know, a certain command over the delivery. Like you're not fazed by it. You're like, I'm watching the ball, and that's what's allowing my back to respond. Drops the wrists. Beautiful leave there by Jadeja. That's what I mean. People who think, oh, he's a bowler who can bat. Please, he's really not. He's a pure batsman. Pure. He's a genuine number 7. Look up his stats. I mean, I'll tell you his stats. Forget about his stats. It's his impact that he has on the game at 7. Like, let's not get into stats, but he has averaged over 40 since 2017, including 62 in 2019. And KL Rahul won't be smiling as much as he is with Athiya Shetty over there, as he is in the dressing room. Wagner and that's pulled. Rahane pulls it, sits up, and he plays a guiding pull shot to square leg, to deep square leg, and picks up 2. Rahane played a very, very. I hate using the words very, very. I need to stop. He played a boss pull shot yesterday. Not like Shubman Gill. Actually, Shubman Gill was the word boss for his pull shots is more accurate. But the thing with Shubman Gill, he is very. He's very. There's an air of arrogance when he pulls, because he pulls in front of square. But there's an air of elegance when Rahane pulls, because he pulls behind square. Like, he waits for the ball to come to him, swivels with the ball, and just gets so much timing on it. Oh, what a ball, and well played. Swung back in late. Rahane was setting himself to leave, and it suddenly saw it coming back in and defends it. This is beautiful cricket. This is cricket. We should have cricket like this all year round. All year round. Like, just stop everything else and just have cricket like this. Like, honestly. Because this is, I mean, like, I'll sit and watch every T20 game that there is, but given a choice, this is where I'd be at. Wagner. Ooh, almost Yorker length, and Doug flicked and dug out and flicked with some timing, almost finds the fence here to deep mid wicket. There was a beautiful late tailing Yorker by Wagner, but Rahane keeps his eye on the ball, releases his back foot and just flicks it with supple wrists. It was a big flick. It was a DIG-flick. What a shot. What a shot. Very instinctive shot there. Saw the line, gave himself some room, released his back leg a bit, and just whipped it towards mid wicket. Picks up 3 fine runs. Rahane has moved on steadily to 42. I'm calling it, guys. 55 for Rahane. I'm calling it. Yep. Fucking calling it over here. Jaddu facing up to Wagner. Leaves that one. There's some shape outside the off stump. Way outside the off stump to tempt Jaddu into having a flirt with it. Into having a little bit of a grab festival with it. BJ Watling. BJ Watling looks so South African. You know why? Because he is South African. But not like Devin Conway, who moved when he was 27. He moved when he was 8. So I would say he's properly Kiwi. Properly Kiwi. Talking about Indian men addressing Kiwi people. Oh, feels for it that does Jadeja, but withdraws from it. Really lovely length and shape there by Wagner, also off stump. Dinesh Karthik calls Craig McMillan. Guess what he calls Craig McMillan? Take a wild fucking guess. Take a wild guess. What would Dinesh Karthik call Craig McMillan? Craigie? Craiga? Mr. McMillan? No. Mr. Craig? No. Seaman? Ooh, again, really well played. Plays it late in front of his pad, underneath his eyes. And the umpires are calling covers. Is that it? Is it bad light or... Oh, it's drinks. My bad. Bad. Very bad. Hassan Ali says, not going to hug the batsman after hitting him on the helmet. All right, Hassan. All right, that's on you. Did anyone ask you to? Will you get paid to hug the batsman after hitting them on the helmet? All right, man. You do you. You do you, bruh. All right, Hassan, you're not going to hug the batsman after hitting him on the... All right, fine, man. All right, fine. We get it. I don't know how much cricket you've seen, but not too many bowlers go and embrace the batsman after hitting them on the helmet, even after Phil Hughes. So, if you think that makes you special like Darshil Safari, no. Dekho inhe ye os ki boonde is only one man, and that's Darshil. India women might be the team to beat in 4 years' time. Brad Hogg. Dude, they're still one of the teams to beat. Brad Hogg. Did you see them escape? Not escape. I thought India women came up on top at the end of the test match. What an innings by debutant Sneh Rana, coming in at number 8 and hitting an 80. Shafali Verma, I thought they dominated that draw at the end of it. It looked a little bit shaky. It looked like India was destined for a loss, but boy, oh boy. Geez, Louisiana. That was some comeback. It looked like they were the stronger team at the end of the day, at the end of the 4 days. And what an advertisement. If you're a douchebag, you would say advertisement. Also, why do they call it douchebag? What's the bag element to it? Like, can someone do some quick research on how douchebag was formulated? Because douche is good enough, right? Douchebag. Rishabh Pant is going to be a superstar over the next 10 years, Brad Hogg. Oh, shit. Really? Is he going to be a superstar over the next 10 years? I couldn't tell. I wouldn't know. Yeah, he's played a couple of the greatest test innings in his short career, but huge call there by Brad Hogg. Huge. Hot take there. Like, honestly, wow. Every day you learn something, and today I've learned this. Stuart Broad reckons there will be no excuses when it comes to results from the India series onwards. So what is he saying? So he's admitting that England have been giving excuses for their losses in India and against New Zealand. But you know what? England were at the top of the World Test Championship table after the Sri Lanka series. Think about it, and they almost won that first test in Chennai. No, almost won, but they were on top of it the whole. Oh, they won. Oh yeah, what am I saying? They won the first test in Chennai, and then they started rotating. They got the grinder, they got the mixer grinder out, and really fucked everything up. That's the problem with too much intelligence, you know. If you have kids, guys, make sure that they're just about intelligent, not too intelligent, because too much intelligence is not a good thing. Grand homie! Oh, sorry, I got carried away and I missed that 4. I'm so sorry about that. Fuck. Want to see the replay of that shot? And Mel Gibson is into the attack. Oh, that's a wild down the legger. Glances it neatly behind the wicket and picks up 4. You know who says wicket? Wicket? Robin Uthappa. Wicket. Honestly, I feel like Robin Uthappa. Okay, let's get to it. There's been some really good feedback for Dinesh Karthik's commentary. Harsha Bhogle did a Harsha Bhogle and said and tweeted, "How good was Dinesh Karthik's commentary? What a shot there, short and wide and slaps it to deep point. Does Rahane picks up 1 at the best?" Yeah. Harsha Bhogle had to do it, right? Because Harsha Bhogle lives. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Harsha, right? Like, let's not get into that because I think his work ethic and his articulation, his sincerity is just par excellence. Like, just salute and respect to Harsha Bhogle. But he's also a little bit. He also has this idea about himself not being an international cricketer, so that always weighs on him somewhere, and he overcompensates by I don't want to say sucking up, but kind of sucking up, to every cricketer that is a commentator, because he is a tad insecure. Because honestly, Dinesh Karthik's commentary was like, yeah. It was okay, man. It was all right, dude. It was all right. Almost felt like he came with a few things written down and executed them. It was but to wax eloquent, Harsha Bhogle coming out and say That was some of the best, finest commentary I've ever seen for a debutant. That just shows that Harsha wants to give this image, wants to portray this image like, look, I'm not threatened by anyone, so I'm comfortable praising every former cricketer. Which is, this is what frustrates me about Mr. Bogues. Otherwise, only respect, only salutes the voice of cricket. But you don't need to be that chummy. Just dial down on the chumminess, Harsha. Just dial down on the chumminess. I'm talking to male folk over here. Dial down on the chumminess. 2 slips in place. Very, very beautifully driven down the ground, past mid-off, and that'll be 4. Full and in the slot, and confident little sweet off drive there by Jadeja. Had the length and made the most of it. That was straight as a ramrod. What's the difference between a ramrod and a rod? India producing pitches more than England. Macca. More than England rotating, India started producing pitches for rotating. True. Can't argue with that. Yeah. By the way, Pranav Lakshmanan, you won the contest yesterday, the Pujara prediction. So you still you have a question that you can ask me, and I will respond to you as Shaz. So have at it, bruh. Have at it. We'll go through a little more news, huh? Let's go through a little bit more news. Michael Vaughan reckons that 225 looks are on par. Great, because we are set. India is set for a 225. I am very confident that India will be 240 for 7-8, probably fall out for 250. No, I'm not swaying away from my initial prediction of 240 all out. Calm down. Oof! Almost the peach of a Yorker, but catches it on the full, does Rahane with the toe end of the bat. Squirts it to square leg. No run. All right, guys, you can keep circulating the stream. Let's get it up. Let's get those numbers up. Today we hit 6 concurrent viewers. I think we can go to 10, 12, maybe 13, 14. Let's get those numbers up. God, this is how it feels like to increase TRP. What a shot there, but straight to mid-off. Not all that full, but the sun has snuck in. The sun has snuck in. That only means one thing. The pitches will ease up a little bit, which makes stroke play even better. You know what? 240 looks... Look, I'm going to stick to 240. I'm not going to be one of those assholes. Yeah. I am an asshole, but I'm not going to be one of those assholes, right? You don't really one of those assholes. 2 slips in place and a gully. Shot and pulled, but that just floats over mid-wicket. And square leg will come running. Mel Gibson will come running. And that will restrict to 2. No timing on that. Was a bit too eager on that shot, Rahane, and just lost timing, lost shape. But fairly safe because it just floated and just bubbled over short mid-wicket. Some would say that was fairly intentional, but you could say it got a little bit big on him, so he lost a little bit of timing and his wrist kind of collapsed. Do I talk too much technique here? Should I just dial down on the technique? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just, whatever comes to my mind, I just say it. I mean, that's the only way I know how to work, and hopefully it gets better, you know. Hopefully it gets better. Inshallah. Because there's a lot of cricket coming in August, September. Rahane is on the cusp of a half century, of his 24th half century. No slips in place, just a gully. And again, that scoop that pulled and that's out! That's out! What the hell happened there? Again, such a soft dismissal. That was loopy bounce that was dug in. Didn't come as quick as he anticipated and just played a very soft pull shot, like had no intention to keep that on the ground, was not in control of it, hits the higher part of the bat and just scoops up to square leg. He played a very similar shot in the. What the hell? That was like a TT shot. That was like a tennis shot that a coach would really get angry about. That was a continental grip tennis shot. And I thought he was going to get 55, man. But anyway, I'm still sticking to my 240. What the hell? That was no way to get out, bro. Damn, that was no way to get out. That is a pity. After doing all the hard work, after doing all the yards. I mean, that's why I keep saying, like, Test cricket is a compression of life. It's an expression of, it's a minute expression of life, because sometimes you do all the hard work, you do everything right, and just slip. It just slips, and that so often happens in life as well, dude. But the funny part about that dismissal was he played a very similar shot. Tahir Sadam walks in. He looks very well fermented, so it should be a sweet innings rather than a sour one. Tahir is basically curd, for those who don't understand Tamil. It's basically curd. It's basically yogurt if you're a douchebag. So Rahane played a very soft pull shot the previous ball, where his wrist sort of collapsed. And this one, he played a continental forehand. Very similar, but this time his wrists were firmer. But I don't know what, it almost like he felt bad for Tom Latham. Like, I know you haven't caught a ball in like 2 overs. Here, take one more. So soft. That's what she said. So soft. Anyway, who's expecting things from Ashwin? Chat. 2 slips and a leg slip in place. Shot first up, tucks him up behind the wicket. And I don't know what it hit. It hit elbow, it hit his ribcage, it hit a lot of things over there. It was in no position to play that back foot defense. There you go. Back foot trigger movement. And he just, I don't know what, he just gives it a nice slap. He gives it a very flirty slap. Not a one that counts for domestic violence, but more romantic. Like a very nice romantic slap. Like a playful slap. I didn't know Rahane was into that shit. What the hell has happened there? What did Ravi Ashwin do? What the hell did he do? He's over-fermented. The Tahir Sadam has been over-fermented. What did he do? He gave himself more room than the Grand Hyatt before the ball, way outside leg stump. I don't know what he was thinking, dude. This is over-intelligence. This is what I was talking, folks, about. When you have kids, let them not be too intelligent, because that's what happens. Yeah, commentators curse, huh? Come on, Ash! What the hell happened there? Ravi Bhai, what do you have to say about... Oh, wow, sorry, I missed that. What do you have to say about these timeless tests or extra reserves, considering shifting goalposts? Look, what happened with the World Test Championship wasn't fair, but we are an adaptive side. We see trouble and we work ourselves around it. Wasn't ideal, shouldn't have been the way it was. Halfway through the tournament, you can't just come and tweak it. This is not your niece's year for crying out loud. But I spoke to Virat, and you can put the goalpost anywhere, but we have the footwork to make sure the ball goes into it. So you can have a timeless test, you can have a 1-day test, you can have a 10-day test, you can have a test 3 days over here and 2 days in Johannesburg and 1 day in Matunga. But we are ready for it. We're ready for it. As I keep saying, Bhaat mein gaya pitch. I hope that was good, Pranav Lakshman. That was your well-deserved earning. And yeah, man, this is pretty fuck all, dude. Seems to look, yeah. I can't believe, was I guilty of a commentator's curse? Would you say? Oh God, Wagner and his face, man. Wagner has that Dale Steyn face. It's that South African. It's that fucking Praetorian quality. And Jadeja just withdraws from the shot. Saudi swings it like a banana and it hits the top of leg. No, Pranav, I hope you like that. May not have been the best, but it works. May not have been a teaser outside off stump, but it was sure a half volley. I think there was a little bit of a late withdrawal there by Ravindra Jadeja. I mean, I'm not against what he did there, but that looked a little bit late for a withdrawal. That's what she said. Sim Saudi around the wicket to Jadeja, and that's banana swing. That's significant swing. That's amusement park swing, dude. Wow. That swung, dude. That swung from Banshankari to Jayanagar. That was wild. Jeez, Louisiana. But Ravindra not committing with that front foot, just like his wife likes it, which is great even for this pitch. This putch, as they say. Guys, if you have any Kiwi friends, please get them to stop saying putch. It's pitch. Wild swinger. BJ Watling takes it like a boss. Last test match ever for BJ Watling. Respect, salute. One of the most underrated cricketers of our times. So solid with his technique, both with the gloves in hand, actually, while wearing them and while using them to keep. Rahane, man, that was a brain fader shot. This is typical of Ajinkya, actually. It doesn't surprise me because he'll give you the impression that he's on top of things and suddenly plays a vada pav or a missile pav stroke and like just gets out. Two slips in place. Wild one. This time goes the other way. Takes it away from Jadeja. So he's going around the wicket. It's really difficult to swing it away from the left-hander as a right-handed bowler going around the wicket. Similar for a left-hander going around the wicket to a right-hander. That takes special skill to get it right. Jimmy Anderson is the king of those deliveries. So was Dale Steyn. So was Wasim Akram. So yeah, but that was too wild and wide. Two slips in place in a gully. This one left fairly comfortably by Jadeja. 182 for 6. So I think my prediction is in line. That was bang on, lovely. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Appreciate it. So what do you guys think? Pranav, Lakshman, Kabir Kudus, and whoever else is watching? Can you? This is the final lock-in period. Please put in your predictions right now. I'm going to stick again with 240. So, would like to see all your this thing, and probably next session, probably we can have another Ask Me Anything Rav. Whoever gets it right. So if I get it right, then I'll just have a conversation with myself, I guess. And that's 182 for 6. Ashwin, who saw that? Who enjoyed that extreme curd shot there by Ashwin? That was an over-fermented shot. That's the problem, man. Ashwin is too intelligent for this game sometimes. What happened to him? What is he thinking? Can someone explain to me what was he thinking by thinking it's the last ball of a T20 game? Like, what was he trying to do? Throw the bowler off? No, that'll just excite the bowler because the bowler thinks you're a freaking you're I don't want to use the word retard, but that seemed pretty retarded. Retarded Rashwin. But obviously he would have thought about this 2 weeks ago. This is what I'm going to be doing. The third ball I face. This is exactly what so I was thinking about Wagner bowling outside the off stump, so I'll try to throw him off his line by making some room for myself outside leg stump. Oh man, absolute Jaffa there. Dug in, and that flies outside the off stump. Ashwin thinks about playing but sways. Thank God he's not, throwing up those shenanigans like he was the previous over. But that was an absolute snorter. Oof. They just took off and drops his wrist there, Ashwin. Aniruddha Shrikant, that cheeky Chika's son, on a recent podcast said, I still think Ashwin is a better batsman than he is a bowler. Oh, wow. Plays that on the up. Nice timing, but straight to cover, where Kane Williamson will shine the ball like a goldsmith. So Aniruddha Shrikant said, I still think that Ashwin is a better batsman than he's a bowler. I don't know what he's been watching, Aniruddha Shrikant. A lot of Sun TV, I guess, with the dad. Let's tune into Ravichandran Ashwin.
And I think batting comes naturally to me. Bowling is much of an acquired skill as far as I'm concerned.
On cue. On cue. Just as I say that. No slip. A wide gully in place. Pushes him on the back foot. Does Wagner. And played respectfully. Rides the bounce fairly comfortably there. Vathi soundtrack playing in his head. Energy release. I put up a shot, Akhil Sundar. Please check it out. I put up a YouTube shot on the channel where I played that song as a back. I'll go for an ambitious 250. All right, so we have good. We have locked in some scores here. Kabir Kudus 220. Pranav with an ambitious 250. Akhil, your prediction is left. So Akhil, yeah, I actually I put up a shot. Please go check it out if you haven't. Exactly, that's exactly what's playing in Ashwin Rana's head. Absolutely. Wagner. In case you missed my previous streams, I started calling Wagner Fagner because I just think it suits him much better. Kabir Kudus says Heil Fagner. Completely agree. It's gotten a little dark, huh? There's a little bit sun creeping in, playing hide and seek, but now I think it's just seek. Sorry, it's just hide. Ashwin really bangs his bat a lot before batting. That's a sign of anxiety for me. I think he should stop banging it so much. I mean, it is part of a pre-ball routine, but I think if he stops doing a lot of this movement, because it's just going all over the place. The bat doesn't know which line to take. It's just like waddling. It's just so floppy. That's what she said. Ashwin should take a cue from where BJ Watling is standing. He's standing outside the off stump. He's standing towards the right of off stump. So that actually tells you the line which has been communicated to the keeper. So fairly expected stuff. But that's what Wagner does. You just know what he's going to bowl sometimes. But he's so persistent with it that you kind of get bored. He lulls you into boredom with that length, and then you try to manufacture something and then get out. That's I think that's what happened with Rahane. You know what? It's not threatening. Those short balls are not threatening, but you get irritated. You want to put him off that length. So you try to manufacture something. It's all mind games, man. Test cricket is just about mind games, and that did him in. So we have some predictions coming in. Akhil Sundar says 220 to 240. So 220, 240, 250, and I said 240. I said 240 a while ago. So I don't know if that counts for anything. Yeah, I think 240 is a really good score, though. 240 will set them up for success. Just like how your managers would say, look, Suresh, all we want to do is give you the right environment and set you up for success. Meanwhile, he's being underpaid by about 50%. Suresh, poor Suresh. 2 slips in place. Bowls that wide, easy leave for Jadeja. I like the way Jadeja has come out. He doesn't look anxious like how Pant did, because Pant suddenly has something to live up to. You know what I mean? The kind of levels he's touched in the last 1 year. Suddenly there is a certain pressure now to live up to. That could be seen, when he came out of bat. But Jadeja, more sorted with his application. Oof! What swing, man! That swung wildly from wide of the crease. Good thing about Jadeja is that he's not getting that front foot across, because he knows that ball that comes in really sharply. So he's just staying within his guard, so he can account for the swing and play it with a straightish bat towards the onside. As we revisit the test of the century, the Gabba. If you're from South India, you say Gabba. If you're from North India, you probably didn't watch it at all. there's a human insight to that. I don't want to get into it. Yeah, I think South Indians tend to appreciate Test cricket a lot more. Yeah, nuanced. It's true. I'm not saying North Indians don't. Again, wild swing there. This time Ravindra is more happy to come on the front foot. Takes the inner half of the bat and just trickles away to mid wicket, where Bolt doesn't seem too happy with the ball. There's some white shavings on the ball, some white scratches. Yeah. I'm not saying North Indians don't appreciate Test cricket, but I think South Indians just have more proclivity towards it. I don't know what that has to say about the two genres of human beings, but it's true. It's true. This is not to create a controversy. It's just a human insight. That's all. Wow. A floaty in-swinger directed at the Yorker length, but very wide, and Jadeja feels for it with hands. But he could, because the length was there to field with hands. The one with with Rishabh, he had to he had to have some front foot action on that. And also Pant, he was flirting with it. He was just flirting with his wrists. It was not like he usually Pant, when he packs a punch, even if there's no feet, he goes with the power. That had no power also. If he played it with a full swing, it would have gone over slips. Oof. Full toss. This time goes over the wicket. Slight shape back in, but hits the upper half of the bat. Hits the maker's name, as Sunny G would say. Hits the maker's name. By the way, any prediction on till when Sunny Gavaskar will commentate? Till what age? He's 71 right now. Oops, second new ball time. I may be way off. It's locked in, Mr. Pranav Lakshmanan. It's locked in. It's been locked. Chavi, whatever, man. Chabi ho gaya uska. So what age do you think Sunny Gavaskar will commentate up to? What age are you assigning? Guys, next, let's quick predictions here on Sunny Gavaskar's retirement age. I say... interesting. Talking about the Scred ad, Jackie Shroff, I think they should have lost the... I think it would have been better if they lost the shades, and this seems too caricaturish. If they actually was more genuine with it, it would have been funnier. Like a serious Zumba class. This almost was insisting upon itself. Like, hey, look at this. This is comedy. So laugh. Doesn't tend to work. Unless it's obscenely slapstick. Bolt back into the attack. And second new ball has been taken, yeah? Am I right? Am I right? Two slips and a gully in place. Bolt to Ashwin. Oh my God. Pushes it back. Ashwin in no position to ride the bounce. Takes the outer half of the blade and just plops up. Takes the leading edge and plops up. Yeah, in no position to play that shot. That riding back foot defense. But good thing about it is that he didn't go with hard hands. So that's why the ball didn't have enough velocity to carry to any of the catchers, close-in catchers. Bolt to Ashwin. Oof! Swings in late and works it between mid-wicket and square leg, does Ashwin. Plays it nicely, plays it late and picks up 2. So Ashwin off the mark. 184 for 6. I think if they hit 200 for 6, obviously there's a mental edge because that just is it's just an instant boost of confidence. So then suddenly 240 becomes realistic. All right, let's go. We have 16 runs to get to 200. 240 will be a really good score, man. Honestly, 240 will be the tits. 240 will be the tits. What say? More Hindi commentary to increase the proclivity? क्यों नहीं? और जब मैं ये बोल रहा था तो मैंने गेंद को मिस कर दिया और 2 रन अश्विन के नाम पे, और ये कॉनवे कुछ बोल रहे हैं कैप्टन सर से, और कैप्टन इतना भी खुश नहीं था वो एडवाइस। ओ, बहुत अच्छा पंच शॉट अश्विन के बल्ले से बैकफुट पे, और इत्मीनान से खेला। इत्मीनान, वो आई सरप्राइज माय सेल्फ है, और मैं खुद को सरप्राइज किया, खुद को आश्चर्य किया मैंने। और ये अश्विन क्रीज से बाहर होते हुए, बोल्ट ऑलरेडी शुरू हुए थे अपने गेंद में, और अश्विन ने कहा नहीं मैं रेडी नहीं हूं, और पीछे हो गया गेंद से। दूसरा बॉल करो आप बोल्ट जी, मैं रेडी होगा, और 2 स्लिप, और ये अंदर होता हुआ गेंद, लेट खेला अश्विन, अंदरूनी किनारा, लेकिन नरम हाथ से खेला अश्विन। Alright, man, I'll fucking die. Any more Hindi, I'll die. I'll probably die. I will die. And we are approaching the end of this session, matey. That's 4 from the over. Ashwin doing a job over here. Oh, very nicely flicked. Flicked with some amount of authority there and pure timing. Oh, just clamped down on that leggish stump delivery and whipped it. That was whippage. Come on, Ash. Let's go. Come on, Ash. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Ash. And let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Damn. Damn. It's time for some news. For some news. What's the weather looking at? Like, the weather is looking okay for today. So we should get in 3 sessions today. Ashwin says, I enjoy a fight. Speaks about life and career as a cricketer. Yeah, that kind of, we know that about Ashwin. He does like a fight. He's got that hunchback energy to fight. Shane Bond being a little cheeky there. Don't want Rohit Sharma to get any runs. He can save them for IPL. Can't have them all, Mr. Shine Bond. But by the way, what a bowler Shane Bond, huh? Played more tests, he would have probably gone down as the greatest fast bowler of all time. Because in this limited time, those figures are redonkulous. Saudi to Jadeja, full on leg, tries to whip it, helicopter it almost, but doesn't get any timing. That'll just be 1. Nice to see Jadeja and Ashwin, the 2 earmarked all-rounders of this team. More at Jadeja than Ashwin. My nose has been giving me trouble, but I will refrain from being grotesque on camera, on screen. Ouch. Ouch. My wrist fucking hurts. I need to shift hands. Here. I'm expecting a 25 from Jadeja and a 16 from Ashwin. Ishant is ready to make a dour 7. And we'll get there. We'll get to 240. 3 slips and a gully in place. Again, Ashwin withdraws from the shot. What's happening? Has the curd fermented too much? Is my theory right? He's not happy about something. I don't know what it is. I can't deduce it from here. Is it the side screen? It's definitely not the side screen. By the way, guys, it's not side screen, it's sight screen. Right? I don't know. I always thought it was side screen, then I thought it's definitely sight screen. Saudi to Ashwin. Wow, what a delivery. Suckered him into the front foot drive, no length, and goes past the outside edge. Ashwin tries to play it with the swing, but length was not there. The length wasn't there. Length irliಲ್ಲ, sir. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಶಾಟ್ಗೆ yeah. But good thing he tried to play with the swing. Yeah, he accounted for the swing nicely, but length wasn't there. Actually, it swung a bit too much as well. But Ashwin gives him the charge, but just manages to drive to mid-off, which is a very... Oh, actually covers. Where Kane Williams in the station. Man, Ashwin is being a little naughty. Ashwin is being a little naughty. He's trying stuff there. Just like his bowling. He's trying some stuff with his feet while batting. It's a restless mind, you know. It's a restless mind. He's basically Ramanujam. Ramanujan had a restless mind, and so does Ravichandran Ashwin. You should call him Ramanujam Ashwin. What do you say? Can we call him Ramanujam Ashwin? They've got the ball gauge out, and the ball is going through really nicely. That's what she said. So Kiwis, let's move on, yeah. Let's move on, yeah. Let's play on mud. Let's get it cracking. It's not wasting time. And it's the fifth ball of the over, and it'll be Saudi to Ashwin. What is this Ashwin suddenly trying to give the bowler the charge? There's a short leg in place, 3 slips on a gully. Wow, and that's gone. Oh, that's over the slip. That's over the slip. He goes for the outswinging ball outside off stump. No feet again. There was not the length to drive, but he gives it his all, and that's what takes it over the slip cordon. As they say, as Michael Holding would say, runs. No feet there. Tries to play a lofted extra cover drive, but the swing takes the edge. But because he tried to play a loft, that's what gave the ball the elevation. And over the slip cordon, now there is a leg slip also in place. So some mind games being played here. Will he go for the short ribcage delivery, or will he again go for the full delivery outside off stump? Let's see. Full delivery on. Oh, uppishly driven down the ground. Not enough timing, but should be enough for 3, I'm guessing. Yeah, that should be 3. If they didn't take 3, then Ashwin needs to go back and start doing those rounds. Doing those rounds around the ground. Yeah, that's 3. That's comfortable 3. So Ashwin is getting all that YouTube energy with his batting also. Refreshing to see. He farted strong enough to put him off balance. The Madrasi thali was too spicy, it seems. By the way, Madrasi is derogatory, man. Kabir Kudus. I know you've said it innocently, but Madrasi, I think, is derogatory. I'm not sure. Just stick to South Indian thali, yeah. Stick to South Indian thali. Madrasi is they're a little touchy about it, the Tamilians. I mean, I am one, but I don't give a shit. But I think Madrasi is a little bit touchy because a lot of North Indians kind of reduce South Indians to just one word, Madrasi. So, not too sure. I mean, here it's fine, but I'm just saying in life, you may want to stay away from that word. Because then you'll be looked upon as a racist, as General G.D. Bakshi would say. Bolt to Ashwin. Dug in to the wicket, and Ashwin thinks about pulling it, but then realizes his awqat and just defends. I mean, Ashwin can pull the ball. It's not like but he's not really a good puller of the ball. He's a good on driver, and he's a good off driver, like on the up off driving. Apart from that, he's got grit. Excellent square of the wicket on the leg side as well with his wrists. But I wish Ashwin didn't do so much with his bat pre-ball. Just steady. Oh, nicely played there by Ashwin. That moved across him, seamed away, and then played it late. Just guided it late to point with an open blade. Steers it to point where Conway is situated. As they show that ball again. Lol. Too much intelligence. Ramanujan Ashwin. I think that suits him really well. Ramanujan Ashwin. He seems to be very front foot forward and comfortably lets that one go. Harmless delivery. Although the wicket seems to have quickened up significantly. Significantly quickened up since the first 15 minutes. Kane has definitely hired someone to give his beard more structure, and I can't help but think it's just to make a statement for the final. But that also, Kane is not that type of guy, so I don't know again. Wagner makes a mean barbecue, guys. Check out the New Zealand YouTube channel. Dug in and flicked off the back foot. Will pick up one, does Ashwin. And that will bring up the 200, will it? No, 199. We still at 199. We still at 199. I don't know what happens at the next ball. Damn, man, I'm lagging behind. Fuck. Oh, damn, we should tune into some Nasser, Sunil and Craig, huh? That'll be fun.
As well, so he scores in some tricky areas, which makes him difficult to bowl at.
I just want to hear Sunny for a second. My day won't be complete if I don't hear Sunny. Bolt to Jadeja. Around the wicket, 3 slips in place in a gully. Wild down the leg side. They're not talking. I think Sunny has taken a dye break when he goes to check his dye color. It's all good, Sunny. It's all good. I know the difference. Madras is the former name for Chennai. Yeah, your GK is on point, Kabir Kudus. GK is on point. Bolt to Jadeja. Oh, squared him up a bit, but played nicely and lately. Soft hands and defended well. 199 for 6 for Sox. Let's go. Damn, man, I wish I had more real-time feed. Song. And 240 is well within reach. Well within reach. Kevin Peterson said something yesterday. I think Kevin Peterson said, forget Virat's batting. Watch him run. I want to tell KP, I can do both. I have the skills and the wherewithal to not forget Virat's batting and also watch him and appreciate his running. I have that skill. Saudi to Ashwin, down the leg again. I think they're looking for the magic delivery. They're forcing the issue here with the ball. Trying to swing it from leg to off. Getting a bit too eager, the Kiwis, because India is approaching 200 and Ashwin is looking. Look, that curd is primed. It's thick. It's luscious. It's not too sweet. It's not too salty. It's the perfect texture. It's the perfect flavor balance. Curd is on. Tide is on, bruh. Tide is on. Better believe it. Better believe it. Gotta love Tide's determination. On the up and driven quite nicely down the ground. Again, not enough timing, not enough power, but played well. Accounted for the little bit of shape outswing, outward shape, and then on the up, down the ground for a breezy 2, and India brings up their 200. 201. Bhayo Bano. India. Actually, I can commentate as Modi if you'd like. और भारत 201 में 6 विकेट. भाइयों बहनों, अश्विन कमाल के बैटिंग कर रहा है और ये सीधे बल्ले से डिफेंड किया. भाइयों बहनों, अगर भारतीय टीम 24 या 40 रन इकट्ठा किया तो हम न्यूजीलैंड को तगड़ा फाइट दे सकते हैं, ये तो मुमकिन है. All right, I'm done. 3 slips in place. Saudi to Ashwin, and that's punched delectably and forcefully. That was 4 written all over it. That was class. That was Rahane-esque from Ashwin. Damn, son. Ramanujan Ashwin is showing who is Papa. That was beautifully played. Didn't commit on the front foot. Picked the length early and punched it. Punched it with a firm check. Aha. Aha. That hit the spot. That hit the spot. That hit the spot. That hit my spot and the ball's bat spot. Alrighty. Aurora Mott. Let's go. Class from Ravi there. Absolute sheer class from Ravi there. 2 slips in place. A short leg. And that's gone. He's picked him. The Chennai confidence, the double C has got to Ashwin. Jesus, man. I kept talking about confidence, man. It's just you play one good shot and you think that you're Vladimir Putin, and then you just realize you're Prakash Raj. Damn. It's a great leveler. Ashwin knows what he did there. He knows what he did there. Should have left that one. Should have left that one. But really handy innings here by Ashwin, 22. And we are 35 shy from my prediction of 240. So, damn, man. Ashwin just threw that one at the cusp. At the cusp of lunch.
ईशांत walks out to bat. अरे मैं हूं ना, मैं खड़ा हूंगा दूसरे एंड से, मैं खड़ा हूंगा. रवि तू खेल, तू आराम से खेल, मैं खड़ा हूंगा, तू टेंशन मत ले. मैं ईशांत शर्मा हूं, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूं, आप जो बोले मैं कर लूंगा.
Yeah, tour for India. How was my Ishant? Was it pretty good? Would you say that was a decent Ishant? Guys. All right, how many this session overs left? 77. Wait, how many overs bowled this session? I just need to know how many overs have been bowled, bro.
ईशांत एक और करूंगा, हाँ करूंगा.
Ishant, एक और करेगा?
हाँ करूंगा.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to do some karungaing over here. He got a 15 test match cricket. What the fuck, bro? 3 slips, short leg, gully in place. Wild down the leg side by Saudi. Wild. Absolutely wild. Saudi has really, he's bowled really well, but more than usual down the leg side this test match. I can, if someone brings a beehive up, you can see a minimum 20 deliveries just down the leg side. So, I don't know who's going to bring that beehive up. I'm guessing it's going to be Nasser's Spet. 2 hours up. Wow. When is lunch, by the way? When is lunch? When is lunch? When is lunch? That was more like one of the characters from Dasavatar. Oh man, Dasavataram was nothing as compared to the epicness that was. What is that movie where Kamal Hassan grew a third nut and thought that he's doing something great for cinema, but actually produced something that was fit. That was fit for that you would actually watch a crow take a nap than that movie where Rahul Bose was really threatening. Which was that movie? The terrorist movie where Rahul Bose looked like Looked like someone who was hired for a sketch than for a movie. Like those Halloween parties, right? And someone turns up as a terrorist. That's how Rahul Bose was for the entire movie. Which was this movie? Can someone please tell me this movie's name as Bolt gets some really nice shape away from Jadeja.
एक और करूंगा, हाँ करूंगा ना, तू टेंशन मत ले.
3 balls. Woof, that one came back in. Thuds into high on Ravindra Jadeja's thigh guard. And Vishwarupam! Yeah. Vishwarupam. Yeah. Vishwarupam. I know that's not the title song, but that's how I used to sing it. I know that's not even the song. Yeah. Vishwarupam. One of the worst. That was an excuse for a movie. Kamal Hassan opening scene gallivanting like a troubled woman in the first 15 minutes of the movie. Damn. I watched it in Goa of all places. Not place to watch Vishwarupam. Odd motherfucking place. Jadeja being tested here by Bolt with both the ball that's going away from him and the ball that's coming in, and he gives it away. Dropped. Hangs his bat like Sachin did in 2013 in Mumbai. Retired, hangs his bat like that, and that just plops up. That was an easy dolly. That was a dolly for third slip. But I guess if you're aggregating 91%, law of averages catches up. You can't catch them all. So Jadeja has to make this count and make that 30 to get them to 240, man. Jadeja has to do that. I'm going to call him Jadeja for the remainder of the test because it just feels right. Jadeja feels righter than Jadeja. Vishwarupam. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for reminding me that. Is this an extended session because it was a late start? 2 slips in place and a gully. Saudi to Jadeja. Works it to the ungainly to the mid-wicket region. And Ishant is on strike. And Ishant...
अब मैं बैटिंग करूंगा थोड़ी देर के लिए. मैं भी दिखाता हूँ कि मेरे पास डिफेंस है, फ्रंट फुट और बैक फुट दोनों है.
It's funny how my Hindi gets better when I'm talking like someone. Interesting. Should bring that up with my therapist. Should bring that up.
ऐसे ही आते हिंदी तगड़ा आता है जब मैं दूसरे की नकल कर रहा हूँ.
Oh, squares him up there. That little idea. Outswing late, full, and Ishant tries to work it to the onside but gets squared up and squirts it to point instead. Ishant he doesn't have any front foot game. Whatever he does, he plays it from the crease. But the thing about him, at least he plays it with a straight blade and plays it a little late, and has a sincere approach to batting. So those kind of mitigating factors kind of aids him in sticking at the crease for some time. He has zero concept of front foot. Zero. That's dug in and goes past Ishant Sharma's shoulder as he leaves it comfortably. Not comfortably. Kind of took off there a bit. So New Zealand are in with a sniff here to wrap up India below 220. That looks good. What are they eating there? That looks good. Damn. That's a sausage roll and some fries and some noodles. What's happening there? That looks good, man. 3 slips in place. Full. Plays it awkwardly from the crease, but then tries to make it look like he intended that drive. Because that was actually a defense, but he just followed through with the bat to make it look like he drove that. But you know what? 2 runs. And we're 31 short of our target, 240. Win predictor from Booking.com, who are renowned experts in cricket. Booking.com. When you think about cricket, you think about Booking.com, and they reckon 22% for India and 33% for New Zealand. It started on time. Who sees Shami hitting a 6? I haven't yet, to be honest. I haven't had that visual come into my mind. 3 slips in place. Oof! Almost played it out. Played it out. Ishant is like a cat on a hot tin roof, yeah? Ishant is like a cat on a hot tin roof. To invoke some Sidhu. If ifs and buts were pots and pans, then I won't wear a tie. Some dude is theorizing the game with gesticulation to his girlfriend. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate the spirit there. As we see Tom Latham's fantastic catch of Rishabh Pant. And who dropped that one? Who dropped that one of Ravindra Jadeja? Who's that guy? Who's that rascal? Again, down the leg side. Again, someone give me a beehive. Too many. Saudi has bowled an inordinate amount of balls down the leg side this test match. An inordinate sum of balls. All right, how many overs left of this session? We've been going on. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Is this the last over before lunch? Would you say? Would you say it's the last over before lunch? Saudi dropped it. Oh, all right. Okay, got it. Salve. Shall the mighty. $209 for 7. I'm getting confused about. I think this is the last over before lunch, I'm guessing. Yeah, make anything over 275, 300 matches over. Vikram Rathore reckons Cheteshwar Pujara just need to convert his starts. वही तो विक्रम भाई स्टार्ट ही नहीं हो रहा है. शुरू होने से पहले ही खत्म हो रहा है पुजारा की इनिंग्स. यही तो पंगा है, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. Bolt digs that one in. That's an absolute rip snorter. Jadeja takes his eyes off the ball in the last moment, and that takes a little bit of arm guard, I guess. I think that was a bit of arm guard. 3 slips and a gully. Full swinging away, and Jadeja just drives it on the up, gets most of the thick outside edge of the bat, but that'll be 2 runs, I'm guessing. Drives it, not very convincing, away from the body with an openish blade between point and cover, and picks up 2. 2 very, very important runs. Jadeja, we need that 32-35 from you right now. I think we'll get it. I think we'll get to 240. I think we'll get to 240 with the help of Jadeja. Imagine if it's just exactly 240. Fuck. Then you guys should like take clips from the stream and then call it. Put it up on, like, make it viral. That one came back in a bit, but Jadeja didn't plays it nicely from the crease, not falling over, accounting for the swing. Just checks it to mid-on. Damn, I'm hungry. I'm going to dig into some solid Tagda lunch after this. Just like Rohit Sharma. I think Rohit Sharma has already had his lunch. This will be his second lunch, I think. There are some very lazy placards, man. Gone are the days where the crowds used to come with such interesting quips. There's so much of, oof, what a peach there. Jadeja just dropping his wrist, saying that's too good. That's too good for me to play. And that'll get the respect that it deserves. Gone are the days where crowds used to come with, you know, well thought out statements, some clever puns, sketch pens, borders, posters. That's gone. That's a pity, you know. Used to enjoy that when I was watching as a kid. And there were some real smart ones. Here it's like Pujara, no rush. Here it's like Virat, good. Come on, man. Got to do better than that. and just like written with some dirty 1 quid sketch pen. Where is the placard effort? There's been a severe reduction in placard efforts down the years. Thank you, Kabir Kudus. As usual, the loyalist to the casual leggy, loyalist to even the football games. Without you, this the casual footy and the casual leggy would be nothing. And that's lunch. On day 3, that will be lunch. Thank you so much for joining the stream, ladies and gentlemen. And we shall see you soon. If not for the cricket, then for the football. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to this channel. Thank you, Kabir Kudus, for giving us company. And thank you, everyone else. Ciao. Udre Deshanuis.